if this M is negative, image is real. If this M is positive, image is virtual. So, whether you are given real image or virtual image, you will have to take M according to that. You will have to take it a negative or positive, what is given in the problem. Then we come to another phenomena which is called refraction of light. We have already studied about reflection. Now it is a different phenomena which is refraction of light. Suppose we have a surface separating a denser medium from a rare medium. Rare medium say air, denser medium say glass. If a ray of light traveling in air strikes the surface separating it from glass, then it will bend towards the normal. This is the normal. It will bend towards the normal. This angle is called I, this angle is called R. This is called incident ray, this is called normal at the point of incidence O, this is called refracted ray, and the phenomena in which path change in path of light when it strikes traveling in medium to a separate medium, or then that change in path of light is called refraction of light. On the other hand, if the light was traveling from denser to rare, then it will bend away from the normal. This will be I, this will be R. Now this is away from normal. So you must keep in mind whether the light is traveling from rare to denser or from denser to rare. In this case, light is traveling from glass to air. For example, glass is denser, air is rare, and it will bend away from the normal. In first case, light was traveling from rare to denser, so it was bending towards the normal. These are the two words which are very important, towards or away. Now we have laws of refraction. First, the incident ray, normal at the point of incidence, and refracted ray all lie in the same plane. And the second law is very important, which is called Snell's law. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is equal to constant. and equal to mu, which is called refractive index of the medium. Second law is very important, the ratio of sine of the angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction. This R is called angle of refraction. So, this ratio is constant. Now, we elaborate the term refractive index. One definition, it is ratio of sin I over sin R, that is from Snell's law. Another definition is, it is the ratio of velocity of light in vacuum to the velocity of light in medium. Velocity of light in vacuum over velocity of light in medium. So, this mu is always greater than 1, because if mu is less than 1, then C will become greater than V, which is not possible. Then V will become greater than C, which is not possible. Velocity of light in medium cannot be greater than velocity of light in vacuum. It is maximum, which is equal to 3 into 10 the power 8 meter per second. This is fixed value C, and depending upon the medium, we can find the velocity of light in any medium. Say we are to find velocity of light in glass. Mu is equal to C upon V. In glass, mu is equal to 1.5. So, 1.5 3 into 10 the power 8 over V. So, V will come 3 into 10 the power 8 divided by 1.5, it comes to into 10 the power 8 meter per second. Now, sometimes we take it as A mu B. This is refractive index of medium B with respect to medium A. This is called a relative refractive index. Its value can be less than 1, but absolute refractive index, when we don't take relative refractive index, that is always greater than 1. It can be proved that B mu A is equal to 1 over A mu B. Refractive index of medium A with respect to medium B is equal to reciprocal of refractive index of medium B with respect to medium A. Sometimes we have a compound medium. So, this is water, this is glass, this is air, A, B, C, light striking at certain angle at water, it will bend towards the normal. If it goes from water to glass, it will further bend, and after that it will come out of the glass in air, again air. Now, we have three media, air, water and glass. For air to water, we have A mu B. For this water to glass, we have B mu c, and we can find this if we take C to A, this comes out to be 1. From this we can take or we can find the refractive index of say glass with respect to water. This comes out to be A mu G over A mu W. This compound media is very important when we have to find the refractive index of glass with respect to water. Now, suppose we have a beaker in which we have a placed coin, we fill it with water, then a ray of light will go straight, a ray of light will strike at certain angle, it will bend away from the normal and it will appear to come at this point I. So, this coin will appear at this point I. This is the called real depth, this is called apparent depth. If we know real depth and apparent depth, we can find mu. Practically or experimentally we find mu like this by using this concept that mu is equal to real depth over apparent depth. So, this is phenomena of refraction of light. And one thing which is very important, we have already studied C is equal to nu lambda. So, in this case velocity changes, frequency same, wavelength also changes. Refraction of light ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ frequency same ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ, frequency remains same. This is very important note, frequency remains same, but velocity can change, wavelength can change, but this frequency will remain same. Another important phenomena which we will discuss today, that is total internal reflection. First we studied reflection of light, then we came to refraction, and once again we come to a very different phenomena, very important phenomena, which is called total internal reflection. Suppose we have a denser medium, say water, we have a rare medium, say air, the object is inside of denser medium. A ray of light falling here will neither bend away or towards the normal, it will go straight. It is very important to note, in case of refraction, if a ray of light goes strikes the surface separating the two media perpendicularly, then it will neither bend towards the normal or away from the normal, it will go straight. Another ray of light, if strikes here, it will bend away. Why away? It is going from denser to rare. If another ray of light, then angle of refraction will increase, this angle will increase. Another ray of light, then it may go along the surface. But if we take another ray, then it will come back to the same medium. So, this angle at which this is 90 degree, this is called C, and C is called critical angle. This is very important term, critical angle. Critical angle is the angle of incidence in the denser medium for which angle of refraction is 90 degree. That I is called critical angle. And when our angle becomes greater than critical angle, then light will not go to the rare medium. It will come back to the same medium, which is the denser medium. So, this was refraction, this was refraction, this was refraction, this was refraction, but after that the ray of light is coming back to the same medium and the phenomena is becoming reflection. So, this phenomena is called total internal reflection. What are the two conditions, important conditions for this total internal reflection? These two conditions are very important. First, the ray of light must travel from denser to rare. This phenomena happens only when the ray of light travels from denser to rare. It will not happen when it goes from rare to denser, or rare to rare, or denser to rare, denser to denser. It will happen only when we have the ray of light travels from denser to rare. Only this phenomena will take place. This is very important condition. First condition, that light should travel from denser to rare. The second condition is our angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. I must be greater than critical angle. If I is less than critical angle, then this phenomena will not take place, because this phenomena happens only in case our angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. So, these are the two conditions. Now, coming back to that case, this is the suppose medium A, this is the medium B. Light is going from medium B to A, denser to rare. So, if we consider B to A, then from Snell's law, this is equal to sin I over sin R. This is from Snell's law, which we studied in case of refraction of light. When I is equal to C, R is equal to 90 degree. So, B mu A equal to sin C over sin 90, and you know sin 90 is 1, and we studied that we want A mu B, refractive index of medium B with respect to medium A, and this is reciprocal of 1 over B mu A. Hence, this is equal to 1 over sin C over 1. So, an important relation, A mu B is equal to 1 over sin C. In case of total internal reflection, we have an important relation A mu B is equal to 1 over sin C. If we are given critical angle, then we can find the refractive index. If in case of glass mu is equal to 1.5, this critical angle comes out to be 42 degree. In case of diamond, if mu is 2.47, this comes out to be approximately 23 degree. Now, this phenomena has very important applications. First, totally reflecting prisms. Although the phenomena of refraction takes place in prism, but we can have certain prisms. If light strikes such a surface from this angle is greater than critical angle, it will reflect like this. Again, this angle is greater than critical angle, it will come back. This happens like this, reflection is taking place in case of this prism. So, such prism are called totally reflecting prisms, which are preferred to mirrors in certain instruments because there is no loss of light. They are very important totally reflecting prisms. The second application is sparkling of diamond. We have just discussed that diamond has a very high mu and C is only 23 degree. A diamond is cut so that light entering the diamond strikes this inner surface at greater angle, which is greater than 23 degree. So, it will come back in the inside the diamond. Again, this angle will be greater than 23 degree. Again, this angle is, so all the light will be collected inside the diamond. It is so cut that at every point the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. Total internal reflection takes place. So, light is collected inside the diamond and diamond starts sparkling, and this is the brightness of diamond is due to total internal reflection. Another important application is mirage, which is seen in deserts, which is seen in coal tarred roads जिन्हां ते लुक पाई हुंदी है. When due to heat of sun in the deserts, we have different layers. This, as we go with height, mu becomes more. If we have a tree here, then light comes from this, bends, and at certain point it will bend towards the same medium, and it will appear to come at certain point where it will appear that this shadow of the tree is there. For a distant traveler, it appears that there will be some water, but when he comes near to the tree, there is no water. It is an only optical illusion. एक ਭੁਲੇਖਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ total internal reflection ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਟਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੈਡੋ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਦਿਖਦਾ ਹੈ। that is due to the phenomena which is called mirage, that is due to total internal reflection. Another important application is optical fibers. These are very fine strands of good quality glass or quartz. Their thickness is 1 micrometer. We have this core of mu 1.7 say, and this outer side of this core has coating of another material, but its refractive index is low, say 1.5. Now light strikes from one end, bends and strikes the inner surface of the optical fiber, and it due to internal refraction this light will go, and at the end it will come back. So these optical fiber are very important and they are used in communication and medicine. Thank you very much. We have discussed about reflection, refraction and total internal reflection of light. This is very important for your study. Thank you very much.